625 schools begin a quest, each the same goal, the ultimate goal. The time is now. 2 teams remain.
You gotta make something happen. It's gotta come from the heart.
And today, beneath the dome, a Michigan high school football champion will be crowned.
All you gotta do is believe.
The Division 7 football final is next on FSN.
High school football players have packed their bags, prayed for a moment like this, to walk down the tunnel at the Pontiac Silverdome and get the chance to hoist a championship trophy. Only 2 teams remain in Division 7. St. Martin DePorres knows this trek very well. Unionville Sebewaing area has brought an entire community with them. Today, the undaunting task of trying to dethrone one of the most storied programs in Michigan high school football history. Division 7 bragging rights on the line between the Eagles of St. Martin DePorres and the Patriots of USA. How are you, everybody? Alongside my partner, Rob Rubick. My name is Matt Shepard. We talk about the Eagles. They have soared each of the 12 times they have been here before. If they want lucky 13, they will ride the coattails of 2 outstanding seniors.
You know, Matt, it's a rare occasion when a football team gets to the state championship game, not via the run. DePorres has done it through the air. 18 of their 23 offensive touchdowns have been accounted for by these 2 young men, Talani Russell and David Grimes. Both combine speed, intelligence, and great athleticism after the catch, which gives them big play capability. And DePorres are going to rely on that today if they're going to get the victory.
Yeah, big playmakers and 2 guys who performed so well at this big stage a year ago. Not the year that Tim Travis and USA wanted last year, but they've more than made up for it this year because of his son, right?
Well, sometimes the gene pool is pretty good in USA, and this time it's very good. When you talk about USA, you talk about Lance Travis. A lot of people bring pain on the defensive side of the ball. He inflicts it from the offensive side. This is a 6'3", 225-pound running back who loves to bring it. And USA is going to go as far as Lance Travis can take him today.
And did he bring it against Newberry last week? How about almost 120 yards on the ground, a touchdown, and the reason the Patriots are playing the Eagles here today. First ever meeting between these 2 teams, and it doesn't get any bigger than this here at the Dome.
Let's go, fellas. It's time, fellas. Let's go, fellas.
The MHSAA football finals on FSN Detroit are proudly brought to you by Bell Tire. Trust us, we'll make you happy you came in. That's a promise. By Gardner White Furniture. We're known by the money you keep. By Wayne County Community College District, where learning leads to a better life. And by Wallside Windows. Most preferred, most referred. Ready for the Division 7 state championship tilt? Unionville Sebewaing area and their band just playing the national anthem, ready to march off the field and make way for their team's offense that will soon make their way onto the field. Here's the Gardner White Furniture game plan. Rob Rubick.
Well, DePorres and Coach Greg Carter really want to bide their time, get to halftime, stay in the game, keep it close, make adjustments, and let the athletes take over in the second half. And no free points, Matt. You can't turn the ball over. You can't give short fields. You make them go the distance and play defense. And the other side of the ball, the Patriots, obviously, vice versa, want to control the ball. They want to be physical, pound with that big offensive line. And the big nasties control the trenches on both sides of the football.
Greg Carter, the head coach of St. Martin DePorres. 4 state championships under his guidance. And Tim Travis, in the meantime, won a state championship back in 1998. 112 knockouts to his credit. A perfect 13-0 record right now. Also went 13-0 back in 1998 when he beat Traverse City St. Francis 16-8 in the state championship. His team very close. Says he has his best team speed he's ever had. All the kids move very well with the ball and without the football. Robert Duwad will kick it off for St. Martin DePorres. And the Patriots are hoping that Kyle Richardson can give them good field position. The Division 7 state championship is underway. It'll be taken by Lance Travis at the 20 with some room and good field position for USA after the 17-yard return. Jordan Bitzer is the quarterback for USA. Good pocket pressure, or presence, I should say. Good, strong, accurate arm, too. And a role model. Really gets involved in the community with the little kids, helping them out not only with football, but with school and a ton of other things. Travis sneaks inside and stumbles close to the 45. USA's offensive line led by John Mahasi, the strongest lineman they have. Jared Fisher and Zach Retzler, each favorite targets of Jordan Bitzer, the quarterback.
Second and 3.
Patriots offense averages 426 yards per game, but 340 of that on the ground. Eagles did a good job of stymieing that one. It's close to a first down after the carry by Kyle Richardson. Here's the defense for St. Martin DePorres. Josh Grissom is the best pass rusher, 22 sacks on the year for the 6'2", 210-pound senior. Terrence Thomas roams sideline to sideline as well as any linebacker they've had. And Desaro Ziegler has a team-high 8 interceptions on the year. And there's a good look at Josh Grissom, who's come a long way, has worked extremely hard, not only on the football field, but in the classroom as well. Travis stuck at the line of scrimmage and pushed backwards on a 3rd and short. Dominic Ware, the first one to greet him.
This doesn't happen very often. You got a big back, 225 pounds. But look at Dominic Ware, number 59, Phil. And that's just mano-a-mano right there. And Dominic Ware got the better of Lance Travis.
So 4th down for the Patriots, and they will be forced to punt it away. Jordan Bitzer, the quarterback, also the punter. Will punt it deep. Fumbled it, and it's still loose. And the Eagles have it. No, not yet. Either way, they're going to get great field position inside the Patriots' red zone. Not the start that Tim Travers could afford.
And that all started from the snap. He's going to roll the snap back. Bitzer, the quarterback, usually pretty good-handed. It came up on one hop, but Jordan couldn't handle it. Good job getting penetration into the backfield, and then it's just keep away as they kick the ball down the field, which is really good for DePorres because they pick up an extra 10 to 12 yards, Matt. An excellent field position.
For Justin Siller, just a sophomore, Rob.
Yeah, but this is a guy for sophomore, unflappable, very well-rounded quarterback with the arm and the legs. And he's a Santa Claus. He's going to distribute that ball not only here today, but he really is a giving kid in the community also.
Lone setback is Kellen Rockamore for Siller, who will give it to him. Right side, sneaks through and gets to the 10-yard line. Actually, Anthony Bowman was that tailback. The offensive line averages 6 feet, 265 pounds. Anchored by Willie Hill, who weighs 330. David Grimes and Talani Russell, Rod told you about at the outset. Bowman, Kellen Rockamore, and Brandon Cooper are the names you'll hear carrying the football. And Anthony Bowman, who had just 10 yards against Mendon last week, picked up a good 6 on the first carry. He'll get it again, feeling his way close to a first down. USA's defense will be tested today. The defensive line averages 6'2", 209 pounds, but they move exceptionally well. Lance Travis, not only their best ball carrier, but also their best linebacker. And Jordan Bitzer has a school record 16 interceptions on the season, 2 shy of the state record. They're going to measure early on for a first down for DePorres, trying to take advantage of a turnover for Unionville Sebewaing area. I'm going to guess he's a little short. A few chain link shy, 3rd and short.
Now, USA has to be careful in a situation like this with the athletes on the perimeter that DePorres has. You know, you can with third down and short, thinking you can pick it up on fourth down. They could always, little play fake here and go up top. So you have to play sound. The defensive backs can't commit to the run too much here.
Good look at David Kingsley for the Patriots, who will try and stuff the Eagles on third and short. Siller under center. I think a second effort by Kellen Rockamore might have gotten the Eagles the necessary yardage. First down.
A really good job defensively by the Patriots here. Good penetration inside. As you pointed out, Chef, that's just nice second effort by Kellen Rockamore. Turning his body, never giving up, keep the legs going. And we're going to see a good battle in the trenches. Say these are two big physical offensive line. You look at DePorres' average is 265 pounds per man. It's about 30 pounds a man heavier than my collegiate line was.
And the stoppage of play, a timeout for the Patriots. Let's see how these two teams got here, courtesy of Wallside Windows. The Patriots able to get here, courtesy of a couple of big wins, especially when they beat Memphis to start the playoffs, 56-zip. They beat Newberry by 10 last week. Tougher road for St. Martin DePorres. Last 2 weeks, it was nip and tuck against Hudson and then Mendon. They beat Hudson 26-13 and Mendon 20-13.
Where they came back late in the game with 48 seconds to go to pull it out. And once again, we talk about the athletes at the receiver. They were able to make the big play down the field and come back. And Coach Carter had nothing but good things to say about Mendon and Hudson as well. He said, people just don't appreciate how tough these small town teams are.
You're right.
These kids have been together through Rocket football, through junior high football, through high school. So they may not have the Division I players, but there's a lot of MIAA and GLIAC kids that come out of these schools. Good, tough football.
Well, a good shot right there of the crowd base that both these schools bring, and both schools enrollment pretty darn close. Unionville Sebewaing from an area that holds just 2,200 in their community. First and goal for the Eagles. 9-4 on the season. Tabala. Immediately tackled by Travis at the 6-yard line. Good penetration by the linebacker.
Well, good reading of the play, good vision. He scrapes. Lance Travis can come from the linebacker position. He just scrapes outside. He sees the down block by the offensive tackle, and he knows the play is designed to go outside there. He doesn't look for the ball. He doesn't look for the back. He just goes to where he should be.
The only player in school history to have played varsity football all 4 years. Grimes is split wide to the left for Justin Siller. Talani Russell will operate on the short side of the field on a second down and goal. Play action. And a good boot by Siller. He can run now. Sneaks inside the 5.
I'm really looking for you, DePorres rather, to maybe try to run the ball in that situation too. I came out thinking, well, they're going to throw it, but yet they had the defense is so spread. They're so conscious about the two receivers in Grimes and Russell that they really have the defense spread with only leaving 5 or 6 people in the box. So they could be suspect here to a quarterback draw possibly. You talk about being a double threat in Siller.
Yeah, over 400 yards rushing on the year for Justin Siller and a couple of touchdowns. Remember, just a sophomore, folks. But as Rob pointed out, very calm and cool. Jones bounced off one tackler and got to the 1. Vince Jones, usually a linebacker for Coach Greg Carter's team, came in to run the football and got close to the goal line.
There's going to be a little lead to the left side, but look at the closing speed coming from the outside by Jared Fisher. That is where you squeeze the corner down right now.
So 4th and goal for the Eagles.
And Greg Carter, very disappointed in his special teams this year. This may be an indication, 4th down and 1. You've only gotten about 4 yards in 3 plays. But if you don't have a good kicking game, Matt, you really have to rely on your offense to carry you.
Well, that's a good point. He's a guy who feels like they could be unbeaten if it weren't for their special teams. 7th play of the drive that started at the USA 17. And a stoppage in play. We could have delay of game, Rob, because they took a while on the far sideline to get the play they wanted.
Well, this brings the spread, and you're going to see
Delay of the game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
There's good news and bad news for USA. Now they're on the 6-yard line, but the bad news is that brings in a dynamic duel. Grimes and Russell come back into the game. Look for some type of rollout here, trying to get him into coverage. USA, in the last time they came out in this situation, really spread their defense with their nickel and dime package with 5 defensive backs going over-under.
Ziegler is split wide to the left, and an empty backfield and out of the gun for Justin Siller. 5 wide receiver set. Siller with time, nice pocket, underneath route. Oh, and is he drilled? And the Patriots steer the Eagles away. Boy, how huge is that? From a mental standpoint for Unionville Sebewaing area.
Well, what great job containing in a pocket by rushing 4 and covering down the field with 7.
Wow, unbelievable defensive stand by the Patriots. Now they will try and move the chains on offense in a scoreless first quarter.
USA against DePorres deep in the own end with their backs up against the wall. But we're going to take a look here. Grimes is going to run a shallow drag underneath, but stop it right in here. You can see they're just sitting in a zone right now, and as he clears through the zone, they're waiting for him. The ball is delivered pretty well, but that is how you play zone football. You line across the end zone, and you break on the ball. When someone comes through your area, you break on it, and you defend. The quarterback, Jordan Bitzer, there with an excellent hit.
Yeah, who says quarterbacks aren't tough?
Well,
Jordan
16
Bitzer.
picks, dude.
Well, yeah, absolutely, but he can bring the hammer a little bit, can't he?
Absolutely. What a great stand for
What does,
USA.
what does that do to them mentally? I mean, that
Well,
helps
it
them
pumps you up. You come out in such a downer after the muff punt. But you know what, DePorres, it hurts you, but you still have excellent field position defensively to try to pin the Patriots into right now.
Bitzer and his offense take over at their own 6-yard line. The give to Travis. Breaking tackles and then drilled by David Grimes from the safety position, but did pick up some positive yardage.
Yeah, let's watch. You're going to see the left guard, Jacob Schultz, is going to pull. He's going to come right through here. Bitzer's going to get right on his back. Travis right on his back. Follow him through the hole, Matt. The problem is Schultz couldn't blow it out. He just couldn't clear it. Creates a pile, and that's because of the physical play of the linebackers, Thomas and Denning.
Almost 1,800 yards for Lance Travis. Averaged almost 8 yards per carry and the 24 touchdowns. Part of a 72 touchdown season for the Patriots. Amazing numbers on offense. 2nd down and 7. We'll call it a long 7, a short 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Little running room there for Caleb Brown, the freshman. Boy, what experience is he getting?
Once again, now they're going to pull the right guard, get out in front, hand the ball to Fisher. But you know what? There's too much penetration, too much stalemating at the line of scrimmage.
So under 5.5 to go in this opening quarter. A scoreless first quarter thus far in the Division 7 state championship game between Unionville Sebewaing area and St. Martin DePorres. Good look at Jordan Bitzer, the junior quarterback. 3rd and long. He'll throw. Across the middle and incomplete. Intended for Jared Wisner.
Right now, you're going to get Wiesner's going to release down the field. Actually, he came from the other side and he hooks up over the middle. You know what? That's not a great throw. But sometimes in big games like this, you have to make the great catch. And I was behind Wiesner that time, but he was able to reach back. But I think if Bitzer also leads him, he's going to lead him right into coverage. So he has to throw it.
Now Bitzer will kick it away. Lofting punt that will bounce at about the 37-yard line and then fall out of bounds. So St. Martin DePorres with their first offensive possession started at the USA 17 after the 27-yard punt. They'll start the second offensive series at the 37 of USA. Coming up tonight on the Detroit Sports Report, the Pistons looking to bag the Bucks in Milwaukee's Bradley Center. MSU to continue their dominance on the hardwood. And, of course, we have a complete high school wrap-up of all the exciting action here at the Dome. DSR tonight after the Pistons game here on FSN Detroit. Justin Siller and a handoff to Anthony Bowman. Might have gained 4. Decent numbers from Anthony Bowman during the season. 5 touchdowns for him. Over 7 yards per touch. Not necessarily the featured back in this offense either.
There's no back featured. It's the featured receivers in this offense.
Second down and 6. Grimes and Russell, the wideouts. They'll keep it on the ground with Bowman. Oh, he's been hit on. He bumps right off Travis. Now he breaks it to the outside. A flag on the play, but he will score. The question is, will it stand?
I think she's going to come back. I think they're going to hit Talani Russell. Trying to play with effort on the edge, blocking very hard, but just got a grip on him. He's going to get called for the hold.
That wipes away a 33-yard touchdown sprint and brings up 2nd and long.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still 2nd down.
Well, on the edge, this is going to be a big play as Bowman gets met by Travis, but he doesn't wrap. He bounces to the outside, and Talani Russell battling with Hoppy on the edge. He's going to get called for the hold, and that's a tough one. You know, you want your receivers have to be blockers. You want them working hard on the edge, but you also have to teach them, if you are grabbing a little, when the defender pulls away, let go. Don't, you know, everyone holds. You can't help it, but you just got to let go at the right time.
Well, you didn't. I mean, you never held.
I held every single play I ever played.
4 wide receivers set for Justin Siller on a 2nd down and 9. Option. Should have kept it. Good penetration. Zachary Retzler crashing in and making the tackle for a little gain.
Well, DePorres is coming out, spreading with a 4 wide receiver set, getting that nickel package and that umbrella defensive look. In the end, they're going to try to run the ball inside. They're going to come down the line of scrimmage, but nice job cracking down on the quarterback by Retzler. That's his responsibility. Now that what coaches upstairs or DePorres are looking at, who had pitch. Were they accounted? Were they in position? If not, they'll still run that play, but give the pitch.
Passing down on 3rd and 8. Siller sets up, dumps it underneath to Bowman. Bowman's got to go one-on-one with Travis. Oh, and look at the closing speed from the quarterback position by Kyle Richardson. Wow.
And you called it, Matt. You said the closing speed. This is the fastest team that Tim Travis has brought to the Pontiac Silverdome. He feels that this is the best opportunity to match up speed for speed. And Richardson really does a nice job. Travis, first of all, inside out, good technique, force him to the edge, let everyone else clean up. And that's what your linebackers do. Keep their inside shoulder or outside shoulder and push them to the boundary.
Hey, it's one thing getting there. You still got to make that open field tackle.
Yeah, Richardson, outstanding.
Greg Carter says he'll go for it on 4th and 10. Siller out of the gun. 4 wide receivers fly out into the pattern. Siller scrambling. Pressure coming from the backside. And down he goes. Oh boy, can they get after it or what? A loss of 6, and the Patriots, for the first time this morning, have decent field position. Stalemate at the Dome early on. Don't go away. A defensive battle early on in the Division 7 state championship, and USA is out here in full force. Not only the Patriot fans from Unionville Sebewaing area, but you know, we were also told by Tim Travis that they've got a lot of schools in their neighborhood, if you will. Reese, who lost in Division 6 semis. A lot of people are here from that area. Ubley, who lost in the 2nd round. And actually, Coach Travis got a call from a father of a son who played at Cass City and wishing him well in the finals and said, you know what, we're going to be there. We're going to root you on. We want you to win it for the thumb. Travis. Oh, what a hit. Oh, that is bringing it by Ryan Bivens.
Woo. Let's not forget, Lance Travis is a big running back. Ryan Bivens have nothing to do with it. Travis gets the ball, Bivens comes from the weak side, and that is a load. That is a big man.
Sure is. 6'1", 295-pounder.
We always talk about physics. 295 head on head with 225. I'll bet on the 295.
Going to feel that tomorrow, won't they? Both of them. Zach Cook, or Steve Cook, I should say, is split wide for the Patriots. Jordan Bitzer will hand it off to Richardson. Right side. Boy, you can hear the pads popping, can't you? Terrence Thomas leading the charge for the Eagles.
This is a big, strong, athletic defensive front and linebacker play. They fill, they see the pulling guard. They're going to slide down the line of scrimmage and do an excellent job. That's what you like to see from your defense. You don't over pursue. You just slide nice and easy. Let the play develop. Make the back commit, and then you fill.
On a running play, they're not necessarily running, are they? They're just sliding down, scraping off blockers. 3rd down and long now for the Patriots in a fast-moving first quarter, and a flag on the play. Usually indicates illegal motion.
False start. Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
On USA.
9th appearance for USA in the playoffs. 2nd straight year, and they do have 1 state championship. Tim Travis was the head coach back in '98. 3rd and 12 for Jordan Bitzer and company. He'll throw for it. Flush from the pocket. Oh, and down he goes. And a fumble scooped up. And this will be 6 for David Grimes. 36-yard fumble recovery to pay dirt. And the Eagles draw first blood.
Sometimes a quarterback can try to do too much, and this happens to Jordan Bitzer. He gets flush out of the pocket, trying to make a throw, but great speed pursuing from the backside, knocking the ball loose. David Grimes picks it up, and there's no one in the building who's going to catch him. I think that was Josh Grissom coming from the back end from his defensive tackle position. Nice job, good closing speed.
23 sacks for Josh Grissom. That 23rd might be the biggest of the season for him. Robert Duad on for the extra point. And it's good. So the Eagles' offense, as prolific as it has been all season long, including by David Grimes, instead uses their defense to get the job done on a 36-yard fumble recovery for 6. And they lead at 7-0 with under a minute to go in the first.
Well, Tim Travis coming into this game knew that he was going to have difficulty moving the football. He was confident in his defense with their athleticism, but what he could ill afford to do was turn the ball over, and to compound it, not only they turn it over, they give up 6 points going the other way on that particular turnover.
Well, it's almost a cliche. Anytime you talk to coaches, and we talk to a lot of them during the week of preparation about what are keys to victory, 9 out of 10 will say, you got to take care of the football. You don't get to this point right here by playing against a bad team. So you've got to protect the football.
Well, the further you get along in the state playoffs, the more things become equal. The competition starts to level itself out, so you're not getting those 35-point wins. And then when that happens, what tips the scale one way or the other? Turnovers.
Greg Carter always coaching. You saw him talking there to number 5, Talani Russell, because he's the one who had that holding penalty last time their offense was on the field. So he'll learn from that. Carter will be the first to admit that he is very tough on his kids, very demanding. Travis on the run from the 20 with a head of steam and to the 35.
Looked like an instant replay of the first kickoff.
Sure did. 15 yards to the good for the Patriots. And it'll be 1st and 10 as Tim Travis's club heads back out on the offensive side. It's very difficult to get teams here for a coach. A lot of pride involved, but especially for Tim Travis coaching his son, Lance Travis, a senior playing in his final game. Steve Cook is split wide for the Patriots offense. Ditzer on a 1st and 10, gives to Travis, hopping his way for a pickup of maybe 2. And as we mentioned, playing his final game, his father very proud of what his son has been able to accomplish.
Oh, this is an awesome thing. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more as far as being a football coach and a father. And it's just a wonderful opportunity for the whole team. And you're right, we are like a family, and it does make it a little more special. I mean, it'd be special to watch your son play in a state final game, but to be able to watch him play and coach him at the same time is really going to be a thrill.
An emotional time right now for Tim Travis. His son, 5 carries, 12 yards to start. 2nd down and 8. The throw, and it's caught. A first down and into DePorres territory for the first time today. Zach Retzler on the receiving end of that Jordan Bitzer pass.
When you're going to throw the ball, you're going to be able to run or at least attempt to run the ball. We're going to see right here a nice job spreading the ball, doing the boot, finds him, locates him, completed pass, and they got it rolling a little bit.
A pickup of 14. They're inside the DePorres 50-yard line, and we'll see what happens when we come back. 1/4 of our way through the Division 7 state championships here on FSN Detroit. The first down for Unionville Sebewaing in this contest. They have crossed the 50 and into DePorres territory for the first time this morning. Richardson drilled at the 46. Kyle Denning, the middle linebacker. Good shot of Zach Retzler, who picked up that first down for the Patriots. A team-high 19 catches now for the 6'4", 195-pound senior. Understands that he doesn't get a whole lot of balls thrown his way. That's why he says it's important to catch them. You got it.
Been there.
He's split wide on the... Actually, he's a double tight end set now for the Patriots, who will operate with a couple of tailbacks and a couple of wide receivers. This is Travis knocking shoulder to shoulder with a couple of Eagle defenders and picking up a couple of more.
One thing I've noticed about this Eagles defensive front 7 is when they hit you, it's pretty much done. Play's over. Because
you feel it,
you're
don't
not, you feel it, and you just aren't pushing the pile. They're so thick and so strong. When they, after impact, someone as strong as Lance Travis was able to knife through and maybe get another yard, but I tell you, they get a square shot. It's been done so far.
Yeah, you better believe it. And of course, it helps to play in the Catholic League. They had 4 losses this year, Rob, to Jackson, Lumen Christi, to Holt, Notre Dame Prep, and Rice. They want to throw 0 for 3 on 3rd downs. They're going deep, and nice play by Grimes to knock it down. So David Grimes has given the Eagles 6 and then prevented 6 on the other end.
Well, they're trying to run the wheel route, get Fisher down the sideline behind Grimes, but Grimes shows great catch-up speed. Looks like he's beat a little bit. You got closing speed like that. Right now, Tim Travis is shaking his head because that play looked like it was there for a minute. The ball was delivered pretty well, but Grimes did a nice job just getting back. What I really like, Matt, we always talk about, he located the football. He looked back, found the football, made a play on it.
That's what Notre Dame likes about him most, and that's why he's going to be playing for the Fighting Irish and Ty Willingham next year. So we'll kick it away, a high lofting kick. It bounces inside the 20. It takes an Eagles bounce, and the Patriots will try and deaden it at about the 23-yard line. So a 20-yard kick, no return. And DePorres also already up 7-0. Will try and get their offense on track because remember it was a defensive touchdown. This allowed them to this early first half lead. Our big weekend of big games continues tonight with the WNBA or the NBA champion Pistons, I should say, visiting the Milwaukee Bucks. Coverage begins at 8:30 with the Pistons Insider. Pistons Bucks tonight on FSN Detroit, where you see the most Pistons games all season long.
Got some nice hair. I know
Like
that's
that
not
Ben
a
Wallace
relative
hair.
of mine. Not a relative of mine.
Little Ben Wallace hair, huh? For Fred McLeod and Greg Kelso at the Bradley Center tonight. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Bouncing to the outside and now trying to take it upfield is Mark Porter, senior backup running back.
Fisher on the tackle.
Nice job defensively at the point of attack.
Porter, number 10.
Porter does a good job of bouncing it out to the edge, getting to the perimeter, and trying to make something happen when nothing's there. As a back, it's always not going to be there, Matt. Sometimes you have to make something out of nothing, and that time, he did a good job.
Three wide receivers now for the Eagles. For their sophomore quarterback, Justin Siller. Played JV last year. Big shoes to fill coming in this season for Carlos Simpson. He'll run the option. He still has it. A flag on the play. An illegal block, I believe, against St. Martin DePorres. Siller's big gainer into USA territory will no doubt be nullified.
We talk about defending the option, but a nice job reading it. Probably going to come back here. The officials are discussing it, but a good job. Good job by Siller on the read.
Illegal formation on these guys.
On these guys.
These guys, giving them the business. Here we go. He pulls it, and that's what you want to do. That's a true read for Siller coming down the line of scrimmage. You saw that the defensive end collapsed on Rockmore, so he pulls it. He gets to the edge. Shows some athleticism. Coach Greg Carter not happy with the call, discussing with the official, but I guarantee, Greg Carter's a class act, and he's going to get his words in, but he's not going to be disrespectful.
No, he's always respectful, especially of his opponents. He says we're not going to get caught up being the favorite, which can be sometimes a detriment to DePorres, Rob, because a lot of the opposition in Division 7 realizes they see teams being successful throughout the year and who they might be matched up with in the playoffs, that they know they can start scouting St. Martin DePorres, and they go to more than one game and see him live. Coach Carter hasn't seen USA live.
It's like being a professional athlete. Everyone you meet knows who you are, but you don't necessarily know them, and that's how it is for DePorres.
Yeah, I've never run into that problem, but I hear what you're saying. 9:33 to go in the half. Coach Carter and the Eagles soaring to a 7-0 lead, but struggling on offense. 9:33 to go in the Division 7 state championship. In the first half, 7-0. The Eagles of Detroit St. Martin DePorres over the Patriots of Unionville Sebewaing area. We have had 4 different Division state champions over the last 4 years, including the Eagles in 2001. Traverse City St. Francis won it in 99 and 2003, but DePorres won Division 8 last year. They won Division 7, as you see there, in 2001. They won 4 times in 7 years in the 90s, and they won 3 straight titles in the early 80s, 81, 82, 83, and then they took a little bit of a respite there for 5 years and won it in 88 again. Patriots, in the meantime, have their title in 98, but even though they are 13-0 coming into this one, they realize the challenge that awaits them. On a second down and long, Siller wants to throw. On a roll now. Slinging it downfield, up for grabs and picked off. Benjamin Hoppe with his first interception of the year.
And this is where Greg Carter, the head coach of DePorres, would take the young sophomore quarterback and say, Justin, every play is not necessarily a touchdown. He's going to get pushed out of the pocket to the right. He's going to try to throw the ball deep. But sometimes you just got to take your lumps, just throw it down at the feet of somebody, take the incomplete pass. But he's going to learn. You just always can't make a play. The good news is, one of the characteristics that coach likes about him, he's unflappable. We talked about in our open, this kid, he's going to shake it off, he's going to come back and play well.
And a good play for Hoppe. And talking about the father-son combinations, his father is the head coach of the special teams for the Patriots, so a lot of pride on that Patriots sideline here this morning. Richardson up the middle, and there's nothing there, not even a sniff of a yard, because of the hard-hitting effort by Terrence Thomas.
If the DePorres front doesn't do a little better job run blocking, Coach Travis may have a hard time getting people to run in the backfield in the second half. That's just a give, but it's defended. They're just doing a good job getting into the hole.
They might have to throw the ball a little bit more than they would like, because right now it has been very difficult to move the ball on the ground against the Eagles. They do give him 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Quarterback will keep it and stumble his way for about 3. Jordan Bitzer did rush for almost 300 yards this year and rushed for 7 touchdowns as well. Threw for 14, but rushed for 7.
Well, this is absolutely a good 3rd down situation for USA. One of the better ones they've been in 3rd down and 5. You still have to respect the run defensively if you're DePorres. But also, I wouldn't be surprised to see a screen here. You're struggling right now in the passing game and the running game. USA is having problems. The screen's always a viable option.
3rd down and 5 for the Patriots. He'll throw it across the middle and too high. Steve Cook was there for a moment, but Jordan Bitzer couldn't connect.
And not a bad job, just trying to run the slant, getting it inside. He's going to run it right in here, but the safety's going to be helping. He gets a decent release, but the ball just sails. You know what? Coach Travis said, we don't like the throw, but if we have to throw, he has confidence in his quarterback's arm. That time it just got away from Bitzer, and they couldn't complete the play and going to be forced to punt, but still not a bad series. You get field position back.
But if you're going to throw the ball, you got to start completing some to give that kid some confidence, because as you mentioned, he doesn't throw a whole lot. Now he'll punt it away for the 3rd time. Russell on the run and ran out of room. 7:40 to go in this first half. Well, we have seen success stories at this level before. Guys like John Harrington and Tom Mack, but Greg Carter ranks right up there with the best of them. 4 state championships.
You know, we play great defense. We're a little young in some areas, but, you know, all teams are like that. What I like about them is their will to win. They never give up. They fight hard, you know, from the beginning of the game to the end, and they run around and make plays. So it's a fun team to coach.
And as we mentioned before, Rob, always respectful of their opponent, because they know that, I mean, 2001 they played Deckerville, who plays in the same league as USA, and Deckerville had them tied 20-20 with 20 seconds to go. They also were in a dogfight against Pigeon Bay, which is in this division as well. So they know what they're up against. 1st and 10 for the Eagles, deep in their own territory. And nothing happening on the inside give.
This heck of a football game.
Sure
I know
is.
people sitting here are saying it's 7-0. There's no offense. But if you like football and you're an old school guy and you like to see some smash mouth defense, you're getting it here today. Both teams really struggling, trying to get something going offensively. The key, I think, for USA right now is not to allow any more points, because in the second half, Greg Carter's famous for making adjustments with his offense, so they're going to have the onslaught coming at them, so they got to try to keep it close until they can get to the second half.
Well, if you're USA right now, you're saying, we know we can play with these guys. I mean, look at what we've done defensively. They haven't been able to get much going at all on the offensive side. Siller with a handoff, and hogtied from behind Anthony Bauman. That defensive line for the Patriots, just as physical, just as strong, and just as low to the ground as DePorres. Mad Montai with a tackle.
Well, this is the option. Siller, see his eyes looking down the field. And the defensive end, Montai, closed down. He needs to pull it. He needs to pull the ball. He's got to make that read. You're reading that.
That's some gaudy numbers, isn't it? 3 points per game. Only 6 points per game in the playoffs, Rob, that defense has allowed. They only allowed 36 points total in their first 12 games. How about that? Saw more than that in one game a couple times yesterday. He'll keep it. Siller dancing his way and then ran right into a blue-shirted roadblock. Oh, what a hit. Zach Retzler. He's got to readjust that helmet, doesn't he?
This is a physical football game. Retzler's going to come from right here. He pursues. Siller trying to keep it, but he closes. That's right underneath the chin. That's a little chin music. In the NFL, that might even be a fine, but in high school, it's a great hit. I like it. When you hit the guy under the chin, that's a good, clean shot. You know how they protect the sissy quarterbacks in the NFL now? I call that football right there. That's a good play.
First punt of the day for DePorres. Duad. And a waffle ball that will bounce at the 36 and take a DePorres hop and now bounce backwards. And you can't ask for a whole lot more if you're USA with this kind of field.
You're in the plus 40 right now. But they need to take advantage of it. They've had field position here pretty much since halfway through the first quarter. But they haven't been able to do anything with it, because this defense of DePorres, I almost think they got to start running that fake on first down and do play action if they're going to have any success.
A 23-yard punt for DePorres. The Patriots love the second quarter, Rob. Most of their points. They almost scored 200 points in the second quarter alone this year. But they trail 7-zip here at the Dome in the finals. Travis still can't get on track. Or DePorres just keying on him, aren't they?
And to tell you the effect this defense has had on the Patriots offense, they've changed their base offense right now. They are a full house T team. They ran the entire first quarter and part of the second in the T. They got nothing. They're in a pro I set right now. And this is more of their passing set. So look for them to get the tight end involved and maybe try to throw the ball wide, but this is a tough team to throw, and they have great speed in the secondary.
Under 5 minutes to go now in the first half. 2nd down and 9 for USA. Saw the numbers for Travis, averaging 150 on the season, but only 16 today. They're going to throw on 2nd down. Pressure from behind. Open is a man and a first down. A flag on the play, but Steve Cook climbed the ladder and made the grab.
Let the striped shirts sort this out and decide what happened. I missed it. I was watching the routes down the field. They had the deep cross and the drag underneath it. I like that. Nice, easy read for the quarterback.
Yeah, good drag, too. He ran a good route. Holding against DePorres. Oh, Coach Carter isn't happy there. 4th penalty against his ball club.
You talk about Bitzer's ability. Look at the ball faking action. And then you see Retzler going deep and coming right underneath. That's where you want to go with the ball. If the safety goes with the deep out, then you just throw the drag underneath, and a good job reading by Bitzer and a nice catch.
Steve Cook had 3 catches last week against Newberry and had a touchdown, but that was called back.
Well, he's really come on strong late in the season.
Yeah.
Steve Cook has, and Coach likes him. He thinks he's very dependable, makes the catches. You saw they're secured the ball going up.
Well, remember, he had a broken rib.
That penalty's refused.
In his health.
So he had a broken rib, and he came back in the regional finals, was an impact player right away. They love his ability to leap, and a big reason is because Tim Travis knows that Steve Cook plays basketball, might be that school's best basketball player. Deepest penetration on the part of the Patriots here this morning on a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line of DePorres. Travis, a little bit of a hole, running over players and getting to the 21.
It's amazing when you come out and you start throwing the ball a little bit on 1st down, you get them back on their heels, it's going to open up the running game. This is going to be a power going off to the right side. Nice kick out block by number 79, Schultz. Travis gets on his hip. And they're prepared for this game. Coming in here, talking to Coach Travis, I said, who's the best team you play? He said, Fulton Middleton game plan us the best and executed. He said, Newberry was the toughest team we played. They were very physical, and this is what they're getting today from DePorres. So they've seen this on their road to the finals.
Well, they thought size-wise they'd be okay. Their big concern, speed. And so far, especially from a defensive standpoint, the Patriots have matched up well. 2nd down and 6. Up the middle. Bowling forward there on his first carry of the game is Josh Wardock. Wardock, a 5'10", 228-pound junior, ran right into Ryan Bivens, who's made the last 2 tackles. Bivens is a big hoss for a junior, isn't he? 6'1", 295.
Watch him flow. Read, step up, get in on the play a little bit, push the pile back. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 white jerseys all in the area.
3rd down and 4. Travis. Big hole, 1st down. Boy, he's a load, isn't he? A +7 and a 1st down for the Patriots.
But he's also riding the hiney of number 79, Jacob Schultz. He's the left guard. He's the one who's going to get in front of it right here. You know what? He's like having your own personal protector. Look at the drive blocking down the field. When a play is blocked well, when you block, get blue shirt on white shirt, you got a chance. And that's exactly what the Patriots did on that last one.
Dan, Coach Travis told us Jacob Schultz has the best feet of any lineman, and that's the reason they pull him so often. 1st down. This is Richardson inside the 10. Boy, they're chewing up some clock, and that was one of the keys for Tim Travis. He managed the clock.
Get out of my head. You're getting in my mind here. I'm just saying the same thing. Is they're controlling the clock, and they're getting the defense of DePorres maybe a little bit tired right here. They've been on the field a lot in the first half. A good look at Bitzer with the inside handoff to Richardson. And look at the rest of them carrying out the fakes. He keeps driving his legs, and everyone else, including big Jacob Schultz, keeps driving his.
2nd straight time that Schultz has pulled. 2nd straight time that the Patriots have seen yardage on the ground. When they come back, a 2nd down and 7. They're looking for 7 to tie it up. Even though Tim Travis is the only one on this football field from a USA standpoint who has been here before, he felt like the experience he gained from 1998 has helped he and his staff an awful lot. Less pressure on them. They know what to expect. Matter of fact, they planned ahead. They came down last night, watched the Division VI finals so they could get a feel of the atmosphere rather than coming down day of, arriving early in the morning. And his playoff experience this year has done wonders as well. Big-time blowouts over Memphis and Ubly, and really Fulton Middleton too. Newberry gave him the biggest challenge. And we'll talk more about Newberry and what kind of school record season they had in the UP at halftime. Bitzer with a handoff to Travis. No, he's still got it. He's booting.
Keep an eye on this man right here. We talk about Jacob Schultz being a personal protector. He gets the go call, and he goes, gets in front of it, kind of blows things out a little bit, and Jordan Bitzer gets right behind him. And I think those two might hang out after school a little bit too, because Big 79 helps protect number 16.
Well, you ought to buy him a pizza and a jug of pop at the local pizza shop, because that Jacob Schultz has done an outstanding job early on, hasn't he?
Yeah, and you have to realize you don't always have to necessarily hit somebody as much as you have to get in the way. And on that, we see on the touchdown here, Jacob Schultz, he doesn't actually get a piece of anything, but by running up the field, it forces the defenders around him. He gets a little bit of a shoulder there. It creates a seam, and that's all a quarterback and a good runner like Bitzer will need.
Well, it gives you comfort, too, as a quarterback, knowing you have one of your big fellas in front of you paving the way for you. And you can run off his hip and do whichever way you want to go. A 7-play, 38 drive, and a little bit more than 3 minutes. Pretty strong answer on the part of Unionville Sebewaing.
Yeah, it is, and with 2:11.5, it could come at a better time for USA. Obviously, you want to tie it anytime you get with the risk of stating the obvious. But they've had so many opportunities here, Matt. They finally are able to capitalize and put some points on the board. They've had good field position the entire first half. And that's what Greg Carter, I believe, on the other side will tell his team, you know what? We've had our backs against the wall the entire time. You can see right now, I think that's Joseph. Is it Joseph Agee getting up?
Yes, it is.
Good to see him get off the field. Another one of the great young players at DePorres.
But he's going to get some help coming off, and you can only hope he's going to be all right. They've had their share of injuries.
Yeah, they have. They've been able to overcome them. Getting back to the belabored point, which I'm stringing out here, is that Greg Carter's going to go and say, you know what, defensively, we've had horrible field position. We've had our backs against the wall. We've only given up 7 points. Now it's time to make those adjustments.
Well, it could be 8. It could be 6.
This is an Upper Peninsula extra point here.
32 two-point conversions for the Patriots. Look for Lance Travis. He leads the team in this regard. Nope, Bitzer still has it. Stops, throws, and incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they went for 2. I thought Coach Travis was pretty pleased in his kicking game. But sometimes when you're playing the thumb, it's kind of like in the Upper Peninsula. He's going to try to get him out to the edge here. They're trying to run the corner route, but look at the coverage. There's no one open. He tries to throw it back across the field, but that's not going to work very often. When you play up in the thumb, you play in the Upper Peninsula or Northern Michigan, you get a lot of bad weather, which discourages becoming an extra point for your field goal team, because your opportunities to do it inside a dome like this are so limited, usually fighting snow, rain, wind, so you have better odds of just getting 2.
Well, Jordan Bitzer has been heavily involved in the success of Unionville Sebewaing area so far in this game against Greg Carter's ball club. He's done it on offense and on defense. It started off poorly because he's also this team's punter. Then he made a big hit at the goal line, and then was able to look and try and set up before allowing DePorres to set up shop with a 7-0 lead. And then he answered with his 9-yard dash to pay dirt. 7-6 DePorres.
He's been in the mix, whether good, bad, or ugly. He has been in the mix, and you knew that coming in. 16 interceptions on defense, the quarterback on offense, the punter. He's one of those players that does everything but sell popcorn at halftime. But right now, Jordan Bitzer Just have to live with a little bit of the good, a little bit of the bad, and hopefully for USA fans, you're going to see more of the good in the second half.
And rarely does he leave the field. He jogs back out for kickoff team. Not a whole lot of kids on this USA roster. You look at the sidelines.
Well, you can get a good seat down there right now on the sidelines.
So Jonathan Mahassey will kick it away for the Patriots. Keep in mind, DePorres will start the second half with the football.
But with the receiver duel they have, 211 is a lot of time. They have the big play capability, stretching the field.
Looking for a little bit of an opening to punch it through, and it'll go out of bounds. So DePorres will start at the 35-yard line. DePorres not only with 2:11 to go, but they do have one timeout remaining.
Dead ball. Ball skirt. Re-kick the ball.
They're going to kick it
Yeah,
over.
I understand what Tim Travis is doing. He wants to keep it out of the playmaker's hands, kicking it out of bounds, just hoping to give him the ball on the 35. But Greg Carter's have nothing to do with that. He's going to say, you know what, I'm going to make you kick until you keep it in play, and we're going to see what we can do with it then.
Well, there's where the speed factor comes into play, right? Yeah. You want to kick it away from those speedsters, so you'll look for some type of seam or area to try and loft it into, and if it doesn't hit exactly perfect, it rolls out of bounds, a penalty again.
So you say you don't kick it deep, let's just kick it to the second row. Well, David Grimes is in the middle of the second row. They can go 6 deep with speed, so it's a difficult task.
Sure is.
You got to cover, you got to play.
Brandon Cooper and Talani Russell are deep to receive for DePorres. Mahassey will give it another go from the 35. Big run up here, and he will launch it toward Cooper. He'll grab it at his own 19. Has a wedge. Gets to the 38. A return of 19 coming up the half. A true football town in a town not many people have heard of. First half analysis with my partner Rob Rubik, who is from that town, and stats and highlights of this first game of a 4-game full plate high school football for you here on FSN Detroit. 4 football games and a basketball game for you to enjoy today. Justin Siller. Well below his average. He throws for almost 150 yards per game, -2 today. 4 wide receivers set for the Eagles. Leading by 1. Siller on a roll. Completing. Breaking free is Russell. He's got speed to burn. But good pursuit, especially on the part of the quarterback Jordan Bitzer, who came in to make the play.
What a great job defensively. Also a good offensive play, getting one of your athletes the ball in space. Nice throw by Siller. But now Russell goes here. There's a blue shirt. Let me take it up here. There's a blue shirt. I'll go up here. You know what? Another blue shirt. That is great team defense. Pursuit.
Ran about 25 yards, only picked up 7 though.
He's got a little bit of shake with his bake though, making people miss. But the quarterback and safety, Bitzer, finally stops him.
2nd down and 3, a blitz coming. Russell's got it. 1st down. Well, he started to run backwards again, Rob.
Very disciplined defensively. They're not getting clumped. They're keeping spread out in their zones. They're playing zone underneath with some help over the top, and they're converging very well.
Clock stops with 1:06 to go because they'll move the chains on the DePorres sideline. Siller out of the gun. Don't forget at the half, we'll also talk with the coach who's leading in this game. Siller slinging it downfield. Oh, and knocked away. A beautiful defensive play on the part of Steve Cook.
Well, what a luxury having Cook back, along with Bitzer in the secondary. And you got to see the twin receivers heading out. One's going to curl the outside, trying to get to the seam. But Cook with an excellent break on the ball. And you expect him to catch that because, you know, he's also one of their top receivers, and he'd like to have that one back. In championship games, champions need to make plays like that.
Good anticipation, good read, and break on the football with under a minute to go. 2nd down and 10 for the Eagles. Still with a timeout to burn. Siller across the middle to Grimes. Good hands. And a pickup of only 3 or 4.
This is a well-coached secondary right now. Justin Siller is looking for people down the field, and a la Joey Harrington, he's having to check it down right now. Not because...
I don't hear any boos, though. That's the difference.
Oh, you better not here. Kick those people out. This is nothing but cheering today at the high school finals, but he's doing a good job.
Siller, flag on the play, down the middle, picked off! Nope, they're going to say it's incomplete. It touched the carpet. Jordan Bitzer thought he had his 17th.
Might have a little legal motion here. Look at him in the pocket setting up, just overthrows a little bit. Excellent call by the officials.
Absolutely.
And how about yesterday, Matt? You know, you had a chance to do the last 2. I did the first 2. I don't think there were 10 or 12 flags thrown the entire day. I love that they let the kids come here. They let them play. They decided on the field. I didn't know we had officials for 2 games. You know how nice a feeling that is?
Very, well, they're microphones. When their microphones would pop on and say it's on these guys, you saw.
Right. I always wish I had a jersey in that phone. They said holding on 84. I could just like pull it and the curtain would come down and cover my number.
I've seen that magic act at the Palace once or twice.
That was a dead ball foul. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. The game clock needs to be reset to 29 seconds on the game clock.
So that play never transpired, basically.
3rd and 10 for the Eagles, leading by 1 with 29 seconds to go in the first half. Been a great first half, folks.
Yep. And secondary-wise, right now you want to be deep as the deepest. No one gets behind you. You tell your safety. You see Bitzer back there, Cook wide on the other side, Fisher on this side. You get deep as the deepest. You have a nickel package. You have a dime. I think this is about a 50-cent piece they got in the game right now because I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 defensive backs.
This is called the silver dollar defense. The Eagles 1 for 4 on 3rd downs so far this morning. 4 wide receivers set. Trips to the right of Justin Siller, who looks that way, slings it, picked off. Cook's got it. Second interception, making his way past the 40 to the 42 with 21 seconds to go, and the Patriots with 2 timeouts to go.
When you talk about that silver dollar package, Shep, look at right here. Everyone in the secondary, where are you going to throw the ball? He's going to try to stick it in on a little curl route, but he overthrows it. Cook is there. That's just a nice job. Right here, once again, the deep guy, the side's going to run out. Russell's going to try to slide into the hook area. The ball sails on Siller a little bit. When you got 7 guys back there, an errant throw like that, there's going to be a blue shirt waiting.
And 3 guys around the intended receiver. Tough to needle that one in there. Cook, in the meantime, will split wide to the right. See what the Patriots want to do here. Travis goes in motion. Bitzer will throw. Fires on the run. Travis has got it. Broke free inside the 40 with 13 seconds to go.
We might have 15 more tacked on. There's a flag back by the quarterback.
Roughing the passer.
Oh boy.
Things are getting interesting for the Patriots. I thought they would come out and take a knee, be happy with a 7-6 lead. They run Travis out of the backfield and a late hit. I'm not sure it was as late as much as it was high, too. So I think a combination of both forced the official to throw the flag.
Well, that was a nice toss, wasn't it?
And a catch by Travis, able to break a tackle. Now with the 15-yard tacked on, if they had a kicking game, it'd be interesting. Maybe one pass play for 8 or 10 yards, and you have a chance for a field goal.
Wow, that's a gain of 34 yards because it was a plus 19 on the pitch and catch. Throw on another 15 on the penalty to Terrence Thomas. Well, what do you do here? You have 2 timeouts. You have 13 seconds.
Well, I think you can run. They don't have a kicking game, so now you're looking at having to get into the end zone. So what I would do is try to maybe run someone off deep and someone else underneath and pick up 10 or 12 here, so then call the timeout, and on the last down, throw it in the end zone. Because if you throw it up in the end zone from out on about the 30, 35-yard line, I think the speed is too much in the secondary of DePorres. They're going to break on it, get an interception. So I'd like to try to do it in 2 plays.
And I suppose worst-case scenario for USA might be to get it somewhere within the range of maybe a little bit extra than an extra point, because Mahasi has been successful on 15 extra points this year, so he's got a bit of a leg. It's just not as big as you would like.
You can take a look. Lance Travis, they're going to set this up. They're going to motion him out of the backfield. He's going to go down the side, and they're going to run the curl inside here. It's kind of like the wheel route, but it happens when Cook goes inside, he heads outside. The safety can't get over the top in time. Breaks on a little bit late. Well-executed play.
So the Patriots have the football at the DePorres 23-yard line, down by 1, 13 seconds to go, and looking for more. They'll throw. Fitzer stands tall, and it's picked off. And look out, Talani Russell breaks a tackle and is dropped at the 33-yard line with 4 seconds remaining.
Now, no harm, no foul. You took a shot. They came down the field. They had to throw the ball. You just couldn't line up and try to run your full house tee. They had to throw it up in the air, and DePorres defends the pass very well when they don't know you're going to throw. But when they feel you're going to throw and Grissom gets a little bit of pressure, I think it was David Grimes that breaks on the ball, gets a hand on it, deflects it to Talani Russell. I would imagine right now DePorres might just lick their wounds and make those adjustments we talked about in our open that Greg Carter likes to do at halftime. He's felt his way through the first half, got a feel for this team, and now go and talk to his players, talk to his staff, and decide what he wants to do. And on the other side, I'm sure Tim Travis will be doing likewise.
First down, Eagles at their 33.
See if he wants to just air it out, give Russell and Grimes and Cooper a chance to maybe run under it. Ziegler is out there for the Eagles, and stoppage of play. 5 turnovers in this first half.
Dead ball. Delay a game on the offense. Dead ball.
Eagles.
Good look at Greg Carter. Coach Thompson, I believe, was his mentor at DePorres.
Yep, Ron Thompson, who had 8 of the school's 12 state titles. And every time you talk with Greg Carter and you talk about the tradition he has been able to carry on, the first person he mentions is Ron Thompson. He wants to make sure everybody remembers that Ron Thompson is the guy who put DePorres on the map. But Carter has carried on this tradition. Siller, we'll see how strong his arm is. And the sophomore can throw it, can he? But that'll do it for the first half. Darn good looking first half. I know it's only 7-6, and too often times, Rob, we get caught up in big numbers from an offensive standpoint. But if you like football, I mean hard-nosed, hardcore football, we've seen it in the first half.
No, we've heard it in the first half.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, the physical play on the field has been, wonderful. Good job by the DePorres linebacker in the secondary, but the defensive front 7 of USA has also been up to the task, and the secondary has been strong. This is a much better defense than I thought I would see from the Patriots this morning, and that's the reason they're in this game. And offense has made a couple plays and enough to get them into the end zone, but overall, this has been a defensive battle.
Yeah, I think both teams have made similar statements in this first half, and what you think adjustments will have to be made in the second half, Yeah,
absolutely. We're going to get a chance here in the next few minutes. We've talked to Coach Greg Carter. We see him walking off. We're going to get the headphones on him, Matt, and it's going to be interesting to get his reaction to this. But I don't think he's going to be stunned, because this is a guy that prepares for every game thinking that we have to play our best or we're not going to win. I don't care if we're playing USA or Detroit CC.
So Greg Carter's club up 7-6 at the break. And as we mentioned before, a guy who prides himself on making second half adjustments. He's done it all season long for a team looking for its 13th state championship. And the head coach now joins us. Coach Carter, your thoughts on that first half and what kind of adjustments you think you'll need in the second half?
We've got to do a whole lot better job with our offensive line in our run game. And our quarterback has to settle down a little bit more. So I think we'll come out with a little bit more fire in the second half, and we've got to play great football. We know that's a great team. They play real good defense, and we're going to have to play a whole lot better in order to do a better job in the second half.
Coach, has anything surprised you about their defense, their speed, their size, or is this what you anticipate talking? I know you overlooked no one. You were telling me how you prepare for everyone the same. Right. Has anything surprised you?
Oh, no, nothing surprised me at all. It's surprising me, though, that we're not able to run the football a little bit better. They're playing a lot of just 6 in the box, and we should be able to run the ball a little bit more, take a little pressure off our quarterback.
Are you disappointed in the fact that you forced 3 turnovers but just haven't been able to capitalize as much as a DePorres team usually would?
Yeah, we're very disappointed in the way we performed in the first half, and hopefully we can play better in the second.
Coach Carter, thanks as always. We appreciate your time very much.
Thank you.
head coach Greg Carter of St. Martin DePorres. They lead the Division 7 hard-hitting final here at the Dome. 7-6. We have seen a little bit of everything so far. Our halftime rolls on from Pontiac. After this on FSN Detroit. Defense is the name of the game between DePorres and USA, and it's pretty evident by the highlights as we take a look at what happened in the first 24 minutes of play, Rob.
It's amazing how much impact number 16 Jordan Bitzer's had in this game. Starting out with the bad handle of the low snap and a punt. It's going to get DePorres field position, but you know what? USA does not give up a great defensive stand. A hit by Bitzer. Now trying to make something happen, scrambling. Grissom from behind. The ball's going to be picked up by David Grimes, who's going to return it for the lone St. Martin DePorres touchdown. Siller out trying to make something happen, but just overthrows it. Good job defensively. And then right here, Bitzer getting a little help from his posse, namely number 79, Schultz, getting him in the end zone, clearing the way. The two-point conversion fails because a nice play by Desaro Ziegler on the throwback.
And when we come back, we'll talk with USA head coach Tim Travis. His team has to go on defense first because DePorres gets the kickoff. Ready to start the third here at the Division 7 state championship already. USA has given up 4 more points on average per game than they had all season long. We're joined by their head coach now, Tim Travis. Your defense, I know, boasts gaudy numbers during the regular season, but are even you a little surprised at how well they've defended the run?
Yeah, I think we've adjusted real well to their speed, and it looks like our team's speed is coming through for us right now. We just want to keep it up, and hopefully our defense keeps making plays and gets the offense a chance for some good field possession again in the second half.
Coach, after the first touchdown, you decided to go for 2 instead of kicking for 1. Was this predetermined, or is this something you wing and kind of get a feel for the game?
No, that's usually what we do. We were really hoping to get the lead on them, going into halftime, get a lot of momentum, and we just decided to go for it. It's something that we usually do. We don't usually kick very often, and hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt us.
Coach Tim Travis, thanks for taking time. Happy holidays to you and yours.
Thank you.
Head coach Tim Travis of the Unionville Sebewaing area Patriots, who are down by 1. We start the second half when we return. Greg Carter hoping his club can hang on. The Eagles have never played bridesmaid at this standpoint, but he also knows that Unionville Sebewaing is a lot like his club in this sense. His team always wanted the chance to play the Catholic Centrals, the Brother Rices, to compete against them, to see where they stack up, to see if indeed they could beat them. They have reached that level now where they can compete with the Shamrocks and the Warriors and win on a level playing field. And he realizes teams like USA get fired up to play his ball club and want that opportunity, and he welcomes it.
100% correct. You heard Tim Travis coming out of the half saying, we wanted to see how our speed matched up. We feel we match up pretty well. And that's such a comforting feeling for a coach, because there's a lot of things you can do with X's and O's. But when you don't have the foot speed to match up, you're in trouble. I mean, sooner or later, it's going to get you.
John Mahasi will kick it away for Unionville Sebewaing, and back deep for the Eagles is Talani Russell and Brandon Cooper standing inside their own 15-yard line. Solid first half. It'll be tough to match the intensity in the second half, but we figure it should be there. A little pooch kick that goes out of bounds. And a flag on the play against USA. Second time that has happened for Tim Travis's ball club.
And I think this will be the second time we're going to see Coach Greg Carter make him kick it again.
Here's what I like, what Travis institutes with his ball club. They participate in what's called a VIP program. That means once a week they go to lunch with some of the elementary kids in the area. They eat with them, they read with them, they play catch with them, they do the things that helps them mature a little bit and give them someone to look up to and prepare them as they get older.
It gives them life skills. I mean, things are more important. Not very many of these young men actually go on to play collegiately and you know what, 1/4 of 1%, whatever, ever play in the NFL. So you need to create young men with good character and good values in the community and know what's right, when to do the right thing, when to do the wrong thing. And both these coaches exemplify that very well.
Yeah, and so do their kids. I mean, these kids are so respectful on both sides, both DePorres and Unionville Sebewaing. It's been a treat covering them so far here today. Here's a squib kick, a little onside kick, and it's loose, and the Eagles fall on top of it. A little switch up there from Tim Travis and the Patriots. And you know what? That shows a lot of confidence in his defense.
It shows a lot of confidence in your defense, but it shows a lot of fear in getting the skilled people the ball in space on the kick. You figure they're going to return it out close to the 40-yard line. So just do the onside kick and look at some of the scores. Look at the opponents.
Second half team, aren't they?
Well, second half, first half, whatever quarter you want. They've given up 43 points the entire year. Talking to Coach Carter, he had a great comment. He said, I don't care. They've given up 43 points. If you play a rocket football team every week, you're a heck of a team if you only allow 43 points.
You're right, and it was only 36 points until last week when they gave up 7 third-quarter points. Hand off, Bowman. He was able to take Richardson for a bit of a ride and pick up 6 on the play.
DePorres is going to have any success, they're going to need to be able to do this. That's run the ball with Bowman. With only 6 people in the box, we talk about in the box, 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, 5 in coverage. They feel they need to help their corners with the 2 speed receivers so they get an extra safety in the game.
Second down and a long 4. Bowman again, left side. Ran into his own man, keeps going and gets the first down. Oh, a fumble on the play, and the Patriots say they have it. They do.
And that happened, I think, because of an extra effort by Bowman. He was in the grasp, but then he started to pull away. He makes a spin move and gets hit, and then the ball comes out. And who else? But Jordan Blitzer is going to recover it. Right here now, he's got him by the leg. He pulls out a little spin here. The ball comes, gets
he ripped it
out.
free. How about that?
You know, the NFL creates a lot of bad habits. It also creates some good ones too, and that's one the kids see on Sunday, on Saturday, and they realize if the guy is wrapped up, the second guy in, go for the ball.
3rd straight turnover in this ball game, and the 27th forced fumble by the Patriots this year. That means they're ball hawking. Richardson up the middle, past the 45 to about the 47-yard line.
This little trap coming right under here, coming this way. You're going to see Richardson get nice. Actually, the block is missed. Trying to get a trap block by Monty there. Monty kind of misses it, but he did occupy the defensive tackle enough to create a little bit of a seam.
We talked about the onside kick, meaning he has confidence in his defense, and look at what they do. Boom, turnover, and now it's 2nd down and 5 after a good first down play for the Patriots. Bitzer under center. Travis, right side, gang tackled by a flock of Eagles.
These 2 linebackers for the Eagles are as physical
yeah, they really are.
and as strong. Now, you can be physical, not necessarily be as strong. Some guys just fly up there and whack you.
Yeah.
They're very physical, but maybe they're not a strong body. You look at Thomas and Denning, 255 and 225. Those are some large bodies that play nasty. And Lance Travis has carried the ball each and every time, and he has been smacked by one of them.
Yeah, they're keying on him, no doubt. 3rd down and 3 now. Patriots 1 for 6 on 3rd downs so far this morning. Jordan Bitzer has already proven he can throw the football a little bit, and he'll do it here. Good pocket, lofts it, wide open! Zach Retzler with another grab and another first down for Union Sebewaing.
I think Zach Retzler is going to be lined up at the left tight end position. He's going to come right here, a little inside move to the corner and get back to the corner. He dips it inside. Bitzer finds him a well-thrown ball, making that little post move inside. Talk to your son Chad about that a lot. You give that little double move inside, the safety sinks in with it, and that allows him to go back to the corner and make the reception.
A plus 27 on the play, and the Patriots are in business, knocking on the door again. 2 grabs for Retzler, and both big plays. Travis up the middle, lowered the shoulder, might have gained 2.
It's amazing how much bigger a 20-yard pass plays when yards are at such a premium during the course of a game. Only 100 yards combined in the first half. So you come out hit him with a nice 20-yard plus play. It really changes field position.
Well, it really helps the confidence
of
a guy like
Bitzer's
Jordan
throwing the ball
Bitzer.
well.
Oh, yeah, it sure is. And for a team that does it, folks, they just average 87 yards per game through the air. This is not only a run-oriented offense, it is a run-dominated offense. Yet they have been able to make way through the air. Second down now and 7 for the Patriots, who trail by 1 early in the third. Bitzer with an inside handoff. Nothing doing. That was Jared Fisher, his second carry. If they can get him free, he's got a lot of speed. He was third in the state last year in the 400 meters, but when you're running into Dominic Ware and some of those other big Eagles, it's tough to find some space.
And they try to get him in space. They ran the wing counter that time underneath handoff, but nothing was there. You're going to look at Fisher. He's going to be lined up at the wing position. He's going to come right through here. But look at Ware staying home. He's able to beat the block of Cook, get inside, and stop it for little or no gain.
Third down and a long 6. If Steve Cook man-to-man on the outside with Travis in motion. Bitzer will roll. Getting pressure. Throwing on the run. Caught! And close to a first down. That's Travis. So Lance Travis, the school's best rusher ever, makes his biggest play on the receiving end of a pass.
I think he was covered by Marco Thompson, number 17, or Townsend rather. And what Marco does a good job. You can see Bitzer looking. The problem he does, he lets the receiver get between him and the quarterback. It's like basketball. If you're trying to deny the ball, get your arm in front or get your body in front, take it away.
First down.
And Travis has enough of a big body that if you have to go around him, he's able to get the catch and move the chains.
So vital for running backs to be able to not only find the hole, run through the hole, but also be able to catch the ball out of the backfield.
Right. I firmly believe right now, and Brother Fred next to me points out, if they're going to get a chance to score here, Matt, you may want to throw on first down. You may want to come out here, play action. I'm not sure they can run it 3 or 4 times against this physical defense and get it in the end zone.
USA struggled on third down conversions in the first half. They're 2 for 2 so far in the third quarter. Bitzer gives it to Travis, who's inside the 10. Good discipline on the part of DePorres to find that ball carrier and trust their reads.
Yeah, and they're becoming a right-handed football team, and a right-handed team because that, like that big guy, Jacob Schultz, getting bumped. Look at the blow he delivers on Grissom. So yeah, they know where their bread is buttered, and that's, you know, following number 79, the left guard. It's going to get tough here, though. Those white shirts right now, Greg Carter's team, very physical, very quick off the ball.
They can get another first down inside the 5. Second down and 6 now for the Patriots. Richardson nowhere to go. Stuffing it there is Terrence Thomas. We've talked about him most of the morning on the defensive side for the Eagles.
The Eagles actually catch a little bit of a break. Some difficulty in the backfield with the run play action, or the run action by the backs. They bumped into each other a little bit. Jordan Bitzer ran into Richardson. It wasn't a very smooth exchange. And when you do that, it creates a little bit of delay getting the handoff and allows the penetration to get into the backfield.
So third down, and we'll call it a long 6 for the Patriots. They might have to run left if they're going to run at all, if they want a shot at a field goal, just in case they don't make the first down. Travis, right side, barreling his way to move the chains again. Wow, he runs hard, doesn't he?
Yeah, you're talking about running left. That would make sense if you're looking for the 3, but if you're looking to try to pick up the first down, you better run right, because you got to follow this guy again. Once again, you look at Jacob Schultz really begin a physical matchup with Grissom right now, and Schultz has won the last couple one-on-one battles. Grissom's going to have to get lower pad in order to slow that big offensive guard down.
So first and goal from the 3.5-yard line for USA.
I think you throw play action right here. Somebody's going to be walking alone in here. One of those receivers is going to be wide open.
Well, Steve Cook is on the left side. Nope, they go to their bread and butter, and Travis responds.
Now you're going to see him go for 2, I believe. And that's a different play. They've run all type of traps the entire afternoon, and this is just going to be a quick hitter right here, straight ahead. Good push, good block, creates a seam. Travis gets into it, touchdown. Get the big man going north and south, nothing fancy. You've been trapping. Now you go straight ahead.
First lead of the morning for the Patriots. It's a 5-point advantage They need 2 to make it 7. Flag on the play.
Give me an equipment warning, maybe?
Dead ball. Failure to wear proper equipment on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. Point after again.
Either a mouthpiece was hanging out, chin straps not snapped. In high school, this isn't college or the pros. They want the equipment on for safety. There's no other reason why, and that's a good reason why. Keep the kids safe. So that's going to get a little bit shorter now. They're on to 1.5.
Penalize half the distance to the goal.
So half the distance to the goal line, really only a half yard or yard penalty. Travis again. Did he get in? I think he did. I
did too. I thought they may have rolled him.
They might have rolled him back. Yep, there it is. 2-point conversion is good. That's the 33rd time they've been successful on a 2-point conversion, and it's the 3rd time it's been Lance Travis. Patriots lead by 7 with plenty to go here at the Dome. All the way, USA has climbed back. They were down 7-zip. They have responded with 14 straight and now are in front 14-7. Next weekend, there's more state championship thrills with exclusive coverage of the MHSAA Girls Basketball Finals from the Breslin Center in East Lansing. Our wall-to-wall coverage begins next Saturday at 11 a.m. only here on FSN Detroit. Boy, they are crazy for their Patriots, and for good reason. Plenty of smiles on the USA sideline after that 10-play, 58-yard drive.
You're going to see this 2-point conversion is going to be the same play they scored the touchdown on. It's just going to be a straight-ahead dive to the bread and butter man himself, number 40, Lance Travis. And you can see right there, excellent call by the official. The ball definitely over the line. Good look by the camera.
So they take advantage, does Lance Travis, of the turnover. That turnover forced by quarterback Jordan Bitzer. He was able to strip it free, and the Patriots march 58 yards in under 6 minutes to go on top for the first time here today.
What are they doing?
John Mahasi will kick it deep. Cooper and Russell to receive for the Eagles. They have kept it from both those burners all morning long.
They're trying to get the pooch over the second line, try to get it to hit on the turf and become a free ball. The problem is Mahasi has kicked it out of bounds, so he's got to keep it in bounds by about 5 yards.
Line drive fielded by Russell at the 20. Looking for a seam up the middle. Breaks to the outside. And dropped at the 41-yard line. A good tackle. Well, emotions running deep today on both sidelines, specifically for Lance Travis and his father. Tim Travis has won a state championship. Lance wants to experience the same and do it for his dad.
There'd be no other way I'd like it, having it, sharing it with my dad and being able to look back on it a couple years from now, and it's just be awesome.
Well, I could only imagine. Tim Travis has raised a fine young man in his son Lance, and he'll go on and keep playing this wonderful game at the collegiate level. Still work to be done. 14-7. DePorres down, and now Anthony Bowman on the ground using that second effort to pick up 2 with 5:12 to go here in the third.
We talk about USA running behind Jacob Schultz. So you're seeing DePorres, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to run behind big number 78, Willie Hill, 6'1", 330 pounds. He's been on this team, I think this is his 3rd or 4th year starting on the varsity. A lot of championships, this young man, and when things get tough, they're going to follow the big fella.
Yeah, he is tough to move, isn't he? 2nd down and 7. Justin Siller out of the gun. He wants to throw. Looking toward Grimes. Got him. 1st down. And a nice move twice.
Jason Grimes or David Grimes rather, is going to make you miss in the phone booth right here. He catches the ball, just runs a nice out. The ball is well thrown. Look at that by Stiller. But he's going to make you miss once, make you miss twice, 3, 4. That's why you pursue.
Yes.
If you don't pursue, he's going down the sideline with it.
Well, he's a great kid. He's tutoring kids as they make their way into the high school, and they're freshmen, and he helps them an awful lot. He's had to deal with a lot of deaths in his family. Actually really small when he came to DePorres, and he's really worked himself into great shape and become a bigger and stronger football player. First down, Bowman, right side, for a pickup of 2 or 3.
You can see what Coach Greg Carter of the Eagles is doing right now. He comes out on first down, throws the ball, which, by the way, was an excellent long throw by Siller. Now he comes back and tries to run the ball. He's able to pick up 3 yards inside, get him on that yo-yo we talk about, hit him outside, inside, get him going back and forth, and see what you can do. I know he's frustrated that he's been unable to run the ball against this defense. It's only really leaving 6 people up, and the 7th one is kind of playing like a free safety.
Second down and 7 for the Eagles. First time they've been on the downside of the score so far this morning. Siller to the air again. Has Russell for a first down. Talani Russell, a team-high 40 catches on the year.
You have to appreciate what a throw this is. This is going to go all the way out here. That's about a 35-yard throw on the money. You can see why Coach Greg Carter is so high on this young man, only a sophomore. Talked about being unflappable, throws the interception in the first half, shakes it off, not a big deal. And that's the type of mentality a quarterback needs to have to be successful.
Yeah, he says, Coach Carter says this kid could be the best he's ever had. Remember, Carlos Simpson was a heck of a quarterback last year and leading it to the championship. Russell, a heck of a receiver, 6 receptions, 3 touchdowns, and 2 picks against Mendon in that 20-13 semifinal win last week. On the ground, Bowman put it on the carpet. It's loose, and it's scooped up. The Patriots have it. Well, we talked about Jacob Schultz as a pulling guard. How about as a fumble recovery defensive tackle?
And how about the job this defense is doing? They're starting to get gouged a little bit through the passing game, but Zach Retzler's going to have nothing to do with it. He's going to come right up the field. Bowman tries to go to the outside. He gets the hand, strips it. And Jacob Schultz, Johnny on the spot, is able to get on the ball, recover it. And what a momentum swing right there.
Wow. This after the Eagles were moving the football.
Walter Dell, the longtime statistician and press box man for the Detroit Lions, pointed out, he said, what better value is there for your sports entertainment dollar than the high school football state championships when you get 2 games for $9 plus parking? This is just an incredible event.
Now an injured Eagle still on the Silverdome turf. And while they attend to Anthony Bowman, we'll step aside for a brief timeout. 3:13 to go in the third. The Patriots lead and have the rock when we come back.
Well, the Patriots were able to defend their country in the 1700s. And now these Patriots from USA are defending their turf here at the Pontiac Silverdome. Some great defense throughout the course of the game. First of all, you're going to see an interception here. Cook stepping up in front, another look at it. In good position, comes down with the ball. Now defense, Bitzer's going to force a fumble, rip it clean. Once again, another defensive play as Retzler comes in, knocks it out, and Jacob Schultz knocks it out. So far, the USA defense has been the story.
Yeah, they have really stood tall. And a big reason, that sign for Jacob Schultz. Been fantastic as a pulling guard, and he just recovered that last fumble. Now Lance Travis breaks free and leaps his way past the 45. A pickup of 8 for the senior running back, and another injury to DePorres. Kyle Denning, the middle linebacker, is holding his right ankle.
You feel the momentum getting rolling a little bit for this offense of USA. An offense that was very stagnant in the first half, stymied by this physical DePorres defense, but now they're kind of getting it rolling. The number 40 is becoming a factor. The big running back, Lance Travis, 6'3", 225. You see some dejection on the face of Anthony Bowman.
Yeah, had a couple of fumbles in this one, but also was injured. And as they continue to attend to Kyle Denning, we'll remind you that later on at 1 o'clock, the top dogs in Division I, Rockford and Sterling Heights Stevenson will battle. At 5 o'clock tonight, Jackson Lumen Christie, again vying for a state championship against Midland Bullock Creek. And then tape delayed at midnight tonight after the Pistons and Bucks from the Bradley Center. You get a chance to watch Lowell take on St. John's for bragging rights in Division III. Yesterday, a fantastic first day coverage here on FSN Detroit with Climax Scots winning their first state championship. Constantine and Muskegon Orchard View doing the same, and Muskegon was able to blow away Orchard Lake St. Mary's after a very tight contest early on. 25 unanswered points. And how about Constantine and what Jim Schrag did?
Yeah, and how about the west side of the state of Michigan? 2 Muskegon teams, Constantine down in the southwest corner, Climax Scott between Jackson and Kalamazoo. So the west side of the state very happy with the results from yesterday. And they got a couple in it today.
Yep.
Again, you look at Lowell coming in here with an opportunity.
That Jim Schrag was the record for rushing. It was 307 yards on the day, a new state championship record. And as a team, Constantine with over 560 yards, that too, a state championship record.
In number 58, the left guard, I wasn't privy to the program, but I watched this guy the entire game. I think he ran more than Schrag did because they pulled him on almost every single play.
Yeah. Those Schrag brothers, a heck of a job to go out as seniors. This is a senior in Kyle Denning. Well, they would miss him an awful lot. Does such a great job roaming sideline to sideline as the linebacker. And the look of concern right now for Greg Carter and the DePorres faithful.
When you play the game of football, sometimes you get caught in bad position. You can see right in here, he gets bent backwards.
Ouch.
With his leg pinned underneath him, and hopefully he'll be all right. Walking off, looked like he's getting a little better as he heads off the sideline, but they're going to miss Denning. He's a very physical presence in the middle.
Vince Jones, number 2 in white, takes his place. Lance Travis will try the right side and run right over a couple of Eagles for a first down. Well, you're right, Rob. You can sense the momentum in favor of the Patriots. They have gained an awful lot of confidence, and it really started on the defensive side of the ball in the first half.
Yeah, you can feel it happening right now. And they're getting, I like the way they just keep coming off the ball, even though they weren't getting any movement in the first half. By doing so, you create seams eventually because defenses wear down, and this offensive line has been relentless.
Well, we wondered about that because the Patriots have 9 guys who play both sides of the ball, while DePorres has just 5 going both ways. And yet it's the Patriots who have gotten stronger as the game continues. Richardson up the middle. Another good gainer on first down.
You got to keep him honest, mix Richardson into the mix every now and then. Lance Travis obviously been the horse here in the second half, but you just can't keep giving it to the same guy in the same play because I don't care what kind of defense or what problems you're having at the moment, you're going to figure it out. So you keep him honest, you mix in the little trap inside to number 30, Richardson.
Chewing a lot of clock is USA. Now under 2 minutes to go in the third. They have dominated this third quarter of play. 2nd down and 7. Travis. Nope. Keeper. Jordan Bitzer breaks a tackle. Weaves his way up the sideline for another first down. A +9 for the quarterback.
We're going to look. Jacob Schultz has been pulling a lot the entire day, but this time he's going to pull out to the left and be the personal protector. This is what we saw in the touchdown. Once again, he gets out front, gets just enough of a piece of Desaro Ziegler to create a little bit of a seam. Once again, allowing Bitzer to get those extra yards.
First down.
Really impressed the way Jordan Bitzer has settled down. Just a junior, as we mentioned. And the guy who looked a little nervous at the outset, but has really settled in. And I think playing hard-nosed defense himself has helped settle him down a little bit and handle the offense a little bit better. Now he wants to throw. Going up top, down the middle. He's got Cook and he dropped it. Oh, he had 6 written all over it.
You know, you could just see, it was pointed out that the defense of the Eagles has been sneaking up.
Great play call.
And that's what you want to do. They're going to sneak up. You get all these people in here. You get them right down the middle. That's where it's going to be open. And it's there. And you know what? In Cook's defense,
he turned him around.
He got turned a little bit. Also, Desaro Ziegler gets that arm in there right at the ball. It's like being a baseball catcher. It's difficult sometimes that ball comes and that bat swings and they don't hit it. And it kind of distracts you, but excellent play call by Tim Travis.
Second down and 10 for the Patriots. On the ground with Lance Travis picking up maybe one. Under a minute to go now in the third. Patriots had the lone touchdown in this quarter. It came from that man, Lance Travis, who then converted the 2-point conversion to make it a 7-point Union Sebewaing area lead. Third down and 9. Bitzer will throw for it. Pressure from behind, gets it underneath, and incomplete. Good defensive play by Chris Mitchell. Stepped in and knocked it away from Zach Retzler.
Yeah, Zach trying to run a little drag underneath. They clear it out on the front side. They bring the tight end on the shallow route, but it's just really thrown into traffic. Bitzer, little ball fake there, trying to wait for the clear, but he never really does. And when you got defensive backs like Chris Mitchell who can come up with that type of quickness and breaking the ball, puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback because that window shrinks quickly.
And Terrence Thomas was down for a bit of a spell, was able to jog off. There's Chris Mitchell who made that play.
You know, this is why that first down pass was so important. If DePorres knows you're going to throw the ball, they're going to defend it very well. That's why you really have to try to catch them with their guard down to hit him on that first down play action. It was there, they just couldn't finish it.
Fourth down and 10, forcing Jordan Bitzer back deep to punt it away. End over end kick that will bounce at the 4 and go into the end zone, giving DePorres first and 10 from their own 20 with 9 seconds to go in the third.
First down at the 20.
Tim Travis sounds like a guy who would take his chances with his defense, doesn't he?
When you allow, 43 points for the whole season, there's good reason to have confidence in that defense. And the Patriots, with their loyal fans here, excellent crowd they brought from the Unionville and the Sebewaing area, all up in the thumb. I'm sure they got some EPBP fans in Harbor Beach and Cass City, all down supporting the Thumb team. Very much same mentality as the Peninsula, Michigan. The Utes support each other as the Thumb, so they have good crowd support.
Could be the last play of the quarter. Handoff up the middle. Balancing up nicely is Kellen Rockamore, who gets past the 30-yard line, or close to it anyway, for a possible first down, a pickup of 9. So that'll do it for 3 quarters of play in the Division 7 state championship. The Eagles are on the downside of a 14-7 score, but they have 12 minutes to come back. The Patriots own the third. Who will own the fourth and eventually own the rings? We'll soon find out after this. Oh, blue! 14-7 with a quarter to go here at the Pontiac Silverdome. Coming up on the next edition of our news show, FSN Basement. Host John Keating travels to the UP to meet the influential people in the lifelong friendship between Lions head coach Steve Mariucci and Spartans basketball boss Tom Izzo. Plus, you won't want to miss actor Jeff Daniels' ode to his favorite baseball team, the Detroit Tigers. Come down to the FSN Basement Monday night at 7:30, only here on FSN Detroit. Start of the fourth quarter with Union Sebewaing area leading 14-7, looking for their second state championship. Rockamore bounce into the outside, giving the Eagles good field position there on that first carry of the fourth quarter.
Kellen Rockamore presents different problems for the USA right now. 5'9", 200 pounds compared to only 170 pounds for Bowman. So maybe not quite as quick, a more physical back, and you get used to tackling one back through the course of the game. All of a sudden they substitute in, and you really got to make sure that you're ready and wrap up against a bigger back.
You see how the Patriots owned that third quarter. They ran 18 plays to DePorres 8. First and 10 for the Eagles. Rockamore again, shifting the ball in his hands, and he was hit hard by Lance Travis. Did pick up a couple. Keep in mind, folks, before that turnover, they were moving the football pretty well.
They were, and a good job getting inside, penetration, and we talked about in the open about Lance Travis. Most guys inflict pain on defense, how he does it on offense. Well, today absolutely been doing it on both sides of the football.
Yeah, he has played a man-sized game today, hasn't he?
2nd and 8 from the 44.
2nd down and long for the Eagles. They will throw. Siller with plenty of time. And finding Russell, who was open in a seam down the sideline for a big gainer.
Nice job by Talani Russell. He gets behind the corner coverage, you're going to see, and he settles down in an open area. It's good vision. He's going to come right down here and just settle to the outside. He gets behind the cornerback. Actually, he's on the underneath route. That was a clearing route. What it is, it's a progression read down the sideline. You clear with the first receiver. You bring the second receiver in behind, in the soft area between the deep safety and the corner. Well executed.
3 catches, 37 yards, 17 coming on that pitch and catch for Talani Russell. And another first down for the Eagles. Siller going deep. Grimes has got it. Inside the 10.
They're spreading the field. When you spread the field wide enough, it takes the safeties out of play. Fisher, the cornerback on that side with Grimes, does not allow him to get over. He's going to come way here. Fisher can't get over in time. It's too far. It's too wide. He just can't. It's a cover 2. Fisher has a deep half. But what really makes this play is the throw. Siller did not hang the ball too much. He has enough arm strength to throw a flat ball to get it out there, which allows the safety less time to get to his deep half.
Grimes with 3 catches last week against Mendon, 3 catches today for over 50 yards. And just like that, the Eagles are deep in the red zone, looking for the equalizer, a handoff. Not much happening there for Kellen Rockamore.
Well, those are 2 fellas that made not most, but a lot of the plays for the Patriots on both sides of the football. Lance Travis and Jordan Bitzer. Travis hits him first, and Bitzer comes in and cleans up. You got to like your chances right now if you're DePorres. Getting the ball, getting into the big back, Rockamore's hand. You got a quarterback with a hot hand right now, and you got very skilled receivers who are starting to have an impact in this game.
Well, you got to give Justin Siller, the sophomore, a lot of credit, the quarterback for DePorres. As we mentioned at the outset, Rob talked about him being unflappable. And he hasn't panicked. He'll pitch it back, cutting inside and being dropped almost immediately, Mark Porter. Another big play made there. Number 52, Matt Monti.
Matt Monti is going to do a nice job coming from the weak side, getting outside, filling the hole, takes on the lead block, beats the block of the offensive tackle. This is just a nice job of getting penetration, winning the one-on-one battles. If you're going to win the football game, there's a lot of little matchups during the course of the game that you need to get the better of, and that time Matthew Monti did.
6 tackles on the day for the junior defensive end. Look for a throw here from Justin Siller on a 3rd down and goal at the 4. Grimes sliding in motion. Rockamore, the tailback, he'll stay in to protect. Siller pressure, he'll throw it away. Pressure coming from Zach Retzler. 4th and goal from the 4.
Decision time.
No team has scored against USA in the 4th quarter this year. Something to hang your hat on, isn't it?
Yep. I believe Greg Carter, this is a win-win for him. Even if you don't get the touchdown, you have the Patriots pent deep inside the 5-yard line with your defense playing pretty well. USA's moved the ball a little bit more in the second half, but there's still a good opportunity that if you don't make it here, you're going to get the ball back again on the plus side of the 50.
Excitement at the Dome right here. 4th and goal from the 4. Justin Siller has only thrown 1 incomplete pass in the second half. Now he looks to the end zone. Grimes is broken free. Just shy of the goal line. It'll be USA football.
Grimes thought he was in the end zone. If he gets driven out, then it's a touchdown. But if you come out on your own volition, then you're going to see right here, he's going to run a little out. Does he come back for the football to catch it? You know, we don't have a good angle, but the official who was right there has a very good view. Boy, she's I tell you what, she's close right there.
So the Patriots take over at their own 1-inch line after a big play made by Benjamin Hoppe. And up the middle, USA looking for some breathing room. They pick up about 3 to give them a little bit of space, courtesy of Lance Travis.
Getting back that last play, which Coach Carter was hoping was a touchdown, it's one of those calls that it can't be a bad call because it's so close. If they call that a touchdown, you know what? It's probably a good call. If they call it not a touchdown, it's probably a good call. When it's that close, yeah, well, it's either way. It's so hard to tell at the speed of the game. The official probably had the best view in the stadium, was right on the line, so it's just tough pill to swallow if you're the Eagles right now.
Yeah, they've done a great job, has this refereeing crew all day long. Jordan Bitzer, hands off to Travis again. Banging bodies past the 5 to about the 7. They're going to keep it in the hands of their sure-handed tailback, that's for sure.
You know what? You ride the pony that got you there. And that's right now number 40. Lance Travis and Jordan Bitzer. I tell you, this guy right here, he's got it going right up in there. He is smart. You watch him on the offensive side of the football, the defensive side of the football. Does he have the strongest arm or the best running ability in a quarterback? No. But he has managed this game very, very well.
Third down and 3. They are punched up in the box, aren't they?
Offsides defense. That is.
Oh, that is.
I'll tell you what, Coach Carter right now, I guarantee he's using every bit of energy to restrain himself.
Dead ball, encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty.
In high school, they don't run the play. Once a guy is into the neutral zone, they just blow the whistle. The play is dead. It never occurs. So that's a big break for the Patriots, getting them out of the shadow of their own goalpost.
Well, the reason he's so disappointed is, I mean, he doesn't coach like that. I mean, he's all about discipline. He's all about his club making sure they control what they can control. And his team hasn't really done that so far today. Travis up the middle again, still carrying people past the 20-yard line. Actually, that's number 30, not number 40. That's Kyle Richardson.
Tim Travis has a good rhythm with his offense. He's going to run him inside, but this is just a quick hitter right up the middle. Nice blocking, good trapping. I like the way Kyle Richardson is protecting the ball. That's very disciplined, and this time of the game, you don't want to turn over deep in your own end. He gets into it, actually runs by. I think it was Desaro Ziegler, didn't believe he had the football because he was bent over and had it covered up so well.
Well, you could tell Richardson was hurting a little bit, though. That hit by Brandon Cooper hurt his right hand. Travis is hurting people in an Eagles uniform as he follows those big beefy linemen for another first down.
You're going to look once again. We talk about this guy right here. He's going to try to trap, but he's going to do what we call the Olay. Watch what he does. He's going to try to hit Grissom on the trap block. He jumps inside of him, but still can't make the play because Travis and the timing of the play is so good that the block almost becomes secondary. It's just having the body there in the way that got it done on that one. Grissom has been hit under the chin enough times. He said, you know what? I'm going to just try to step around this big fella.
Now the clock becoming a factor, Rob, as we approach the 6-minute mark. Richardson up the middle. Falls forward for a pickup of about 3.
From the 33, 2nd and 6.
Bitzer still has it. Lost a yard on that one. He'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
Well, this is exactly where the Eagles want to put the Patriots right now in a passing situation when they know they're going to throw the ball. The success USA has had throwing the ball has been on 1st and 2nd down on play action. The element of surprise they need to be effective. Jordan Bitzer, we've talked about how he's been smart and protected the ball the entire day. This is one of the times he has to be a good decision maker, not to throw it up for grabs.
Tim Travis felt like they had to win the battle of the trenches to be successful. They have done that thus far with 4:50 to go in the fourth. Third down and long. Travis made a nice move, kept his legs churning, and got close, but he's shy.
All right, Tim Travis, I know right now he's got to be thinking, geez, a yard. If we could get a yard here, we could eat 3-4 more minutes off the clock.
Yep.
Do you go for it? Do you give him the shorter field? But he's going to send the punting unit on. The Eagles need punt safe here now. If you're the defense, you got to be leery of the fake punt, 4th and 1.
But it's smart on the part of the Patriots because the reason they're in this game is because of their defense.
Right. They've got the reason they're here at the Silverdome is because of their defense.
Jordan Bitzer will try and angle it away. Grimes backpedals. They run right to him at the 30. He's a playmaker now. Broke free. Look out. And right back to almost the original line of scrimmage. A timeout with 3:51 to go in the fourth. Don't go away. The Eagles sure haven't. Could be the series of the game with 3:51 to go in the fourth, and USA leading the Eagles of DePorres 14-7. Last year, over 12,000 men and women answered the call to make the calls by becoming high school game officials. To you, we say thanks a lot for being involved in educational athletics. And while many have answered the call, many more are always needed. If you would like to become a registered official, visit the MHSAA website at mhsaa.com. Done a great job so far here this morning. Saw the games yesterday, and it seemed like everybody was more than satisfied with the way the officials handled themselves on the field. And now Tim Travis and his defense will try and handle the high potent offense of St. Martin DePorres. Justin Siller out of the gun. The sophomore can sling it, and he will do just that. Near side, has his man Ziegler, and an immediate tackle made by Jared Fisher.
Well, Ziegler does not have quite the escapability in the flat as someone like David Grimes. But once again, the arm strength of Siller has been incredible. He looks down the field, comes to his little check down to the outside, a well-thrown ball, and a good open field tackle by Fisher.
And Siller is learning, Rob. He took what the defense gave him that time, wasn't forcing anything. He has plenty of time with 3:20 to go in the fourth and 3 timeouts. He'll throw underneath. Grimes, oh, and what a hit by Travis. Lance Travis closed and made a sure tackle there.
I'm picking my fantasy football team. I'm taking number 40.
He's a beast, isn't he?
He is a deep. I didn't realize, obviously when you talk to the head coach, who happens to be his father, he's not going to brag too much, but I didn't realize he was such a good defensive player, but he closes and he finishes.
And he also forced David Grimes to the sidelines. Good sound right there from our field level camera. David Grimes forced to the sidelines to have the training staff of DePorres take a look at him. Really enjoy watching this kid grow up as a football player and as a student. He's all A's and only 2 B's in his entire high school career. And an A for effort for Lance Travis and an A for effort for David Grimes on that play.
We're in for a great finish here. 14-7. If DePorres can get it into the end zone, and Coach Greg Carter facing a tough decision. Do you kick it or do you maybe go for 2? Depends how much confidence. And we'll talk about his special teams confidence a little later on. It's not the greatest.
4 wide receivers set for the Eagles on a 3rd down and 1. Wouldn't be surprised with a run right here. Kellen Rockamore, the lone setback. Siller was going to run it, and a flag on the play. Oh, false start against DePorres there. 9th and penalty. Oh, my.
Coach Carter knows it. There's no complaining. And that's what I like about a head coach. It doesn't get caught up in the officiating of the game. He gets caught up in the play calling of the game. He stays focused, keeps his eye on the prize.
Well, you don't get this successful by doing anything other than that, Rob. You're right. 87 wins to his credit. DePorres, though, hurting themselves. 9 penalties, 56 yards. Justin Siller's been fantastic in the second half. He'll have to throw for first down underneath as his man, and it is a first down. A nice route run by Mark Porter out of the backfield. And he picks up the necessary yardage, made sure he got to the sticks.
Yeah, Mark Porter runs a circle route. He's going to come in the slot position and just circle right over the middle of the field. Siller knew where he wanted to go right from the beginning. Finds the diminutive-looking receiver there, not very big in size, but big in heart. Is he able to pull it in that dead zone, we call it, over the middle of the field where a lot of people don't like to go.
Porter went down pretty quick. He knew Lance Travis was right around the corner. He saw what happened to David Grimes moments ago. Grimes back into the ballgame for the Eagles. That's a good sign. Siller wants to sling it again. Up top, nearly picked off the intended receiver, Talani Russell. Russell, such a great championship game last year.
Not much pressure. I tell you, the offensive line for DePorres has done a good job getting time for Siller to look down the field. He really hasn't been pressured in the passing game very much, and he'd like to have that one back, just a little bit more air on it, get over the top of his defender. He could have had a big play.
Boy, Russell looks like he's upset at himself. I don't know what much more he could have done. 2nd down and 10 with 2:16 to go. Eagles need to score on this drive. Justin Siller out of the gun. Pressure from the backside, and down he goes. Zachary Retzler has made huge play after huge play on the defensive side of the ball. A loss of 10.
Zach Retzler forces a fumble early on. 2 of the biggest defensive plays of the game. Zach Retzler and the Patriots got it rolling. Main reason, great defense throughout the entire morning.
Maybe just 2 offensive plays left in Justin Siller's season. DePorres trailing by 7 and staring at a 3rd down and 20. Against a very confident Union Sebewaing defense. Zach Retzler, 4 solo tackles today, 1.5 sacks, and he had a forced fumble too. He has played huge, and now he'll pin his ears back. Siller steps back, fires, caught! That helps. Torian Washington with the grab, and he's feeling the after effects of that collision.
I'm surprised Siller was able to get into the Silverdome because he's got a gun. This young man has got an arm. Took him to bring it inside, a little out route, bring him back over the middle of the field.
Ooh, look at that hit by...
I tell you, Washington takes a shot. This USA really closes well on the ball. Schultz along with Travis.
Yeah, Lance Travis is bringing the medal, isn't he? 4th down and 4. This could be the season for DePorres. Siller across the middle, picked off. Benjamin Hoppe up the sideline, and Siller knocks him out of bounds, and that might seal it for USA.
Well, Siller's done such an outstanding job this entire 4th quarter of putting the ball where he needs to. But even real good players, sometimes things get away. The same route we saw earlier, they're trying to get him down the sidelines. The ball just sailed on him. And Cook once again. You know, talking to Tim Travis before the game, I said, are you healthy? He says, you know what? We are now because Steve Cook is back. We didn't have him for a lot of the season, and he's so effective on both sides of the football.
Steve Cook with a couple of interceptions today, and the Patriots will now try and milk it away. Lance Travis stopped for little gain. 5 turnovers on the part of DePorres, 3 interceptions, and 2 fumbles lost for Greg Carter's ball club. Uncharacteristic. Tim Travis's team has forced turnovers all year. They had 22 interceptions and 12 fumble recoveries coming into this one. And now look at what that defense has done to help his club rise to the biggest occasion this school has seen since 1998. And the man leading the way, his son, a 4-year varsity letterman, Lance Travis. He has done it on the ground with his legs. Offense and defensively. Lance Travis has wore a crown tonight.
He's been a horse on both sides of the football. Sometimes even a blind squirrel finds a nut in our open. We highlighted this young man and said he does such a good job, not only on defense, but on offense. He has not disappointed here this morning.
Just a minute away from a second state championship in school history. Lance Travis, right side, backing his way close to midfield, close to a first down. Well, we've talked about Lance Travis, but Zach Retzler on the defensive side of things also played huge for USA today. Started offensively with a big grab, and then he was wreaking havoc everywhere, forcing the fumble. That led to a touchdown, and over 1 sack on the day. 1.5 to be exact. And that should ice it, shouldn't it, Rob?
Yep. DePorres has 1 timeout left. They can stop it once, and they're just going to take a knee twice. And all good things come to an end. For Coach Greg Carter and the Eagles from St. Martin DePorres, the perfect 12-0 record at the state finals will come to an end here with their first loss. But what a program, and what a class guy, Greg Carter. We have a chance. I always talk to Coach. Hour and 15 minutes I spent on the phone with Coach Carter. Just a tremendous coach.
And you could take longer if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So generous with his time, and his kids so generous in victory. We're not sure about defeat, but we guess that's exactly how they'll act, because his club is a class club through and through. Final timeout for the Eagles with 36 seconds remaining. The Patriots can take a knee after this and let the clock wind down and savor every moment of it.
And DePorres a class act, but the class on the field today has been the USA Patriots.
No doubt.
Question about it. This team came to play on both sides of football. Tim Travis had them very prepared, and they were not a one-horse team. I know we gave a lot of kudos to Lance Travis during the course of the game, but they have a lot of guys that have contributed on both sides of the football, starting with the quarterback, Jordan Bitzer. Obviously has handled the game very well. Kyle Richardson with some nice runs just to complement Lance Travis in the backfield. Big catches by Steve Cook. And defensively, what are you going to say? Just up front, very strong. You have Kingsley and Wiesner and Gaith not getting a lot of pub here this afternoon. But obviously doing the job, getting a stalemate across the offensive line, allowing the linebackers to come in and clean up. And Lance Travis and Jacob Schultz have been outstanding. And just, you talk about football being a team game. USA epitomizes that because of the team play, the total team play at all the positions they got here this morning.
2nd and 10.
Jordan Bitzer, no doubt, will take a knee. For some, it's called victory. That's the name of the play. And for USA, victory has come to them with hard defense, discipline, and a surprising effective ground attack, especially in the second half. They owned the third quarter, and now with one more snap of the football, or maybe they don't even have to snap it, they own the Division VII state championship. The Patriots of USA, crowned on this morning, champions. Travis wins one for the thumb, literally the thumb area, wins the Division VII state championship, and they become the first team to hand St. Martin DePorres a loss in a championship title game. Lance Travis and his father will have something to talk about for the rest of their lives. The father and son combo do it, 14-7 in Pontiac. The wrap-up after this. Well, just to get here, Greg Carter's ball club, 12-time champions, first-time runners-up. A heck of a season for he and the Eagles, but their wings were clipped to a certain extent today by that hardcore Patriots defense.
I think the Patriot missile got the better of him here today. A nice job defensively, a nice job offensively. Just by both teams, this was a well-played high school football game.
Sure was. First time that Greg Carter will put a runners-up trophy in the showcase at St. Martin DePorres. And Tim Travis and Lance Travis can celebrate the second state title in the history of Union Sebewaing High School. Here's Eric Oforseth to announce the champions.
Congratulations to the Patriots of Unionville Sebewaing, USA, on an outstanding 2004 Division IV football championship. And a reminder to Patriots fans, officially
So
licensed.
USA finishes 14-0 on the season, and you talk about two big-time knockouts at the state championship game. They beat Traverse City, St. Francis back in '98, a storied program, and one here in St. Martin DePorres.
Well, they don't cheat anyone who comes to the game. They take on the heavyweights and they dispose of them as they did here today with the Eagles from DePorres. Just a joy calling this game. Just well played, very physical. A great one to call.
Just the beginning of our high school football coverage here on FSN Detroit. Our next game is at 1:10 this afternoon with the Division I title game between Sterling Heights Stevenson and Rockford. Now, for my partner Rob Rubik, my name is Matt Shepard saying so long from the Silverdome, where the final score in the Division VII title game is Unionville Sebewaing 14, St. Martin DePorres 7. You've been watching high school football action on FSN Detroit, where you can see the Detroit Sports Report tonight following Pistons basketball. Goodbye for now from the Silverdome. We invite you to come on back at 1:10 to watch the Division I title tilt on FSN Detroit.